Welcome to episode 106 of the Pact Life Podcast. I'm your host, Bruiser Carter. Joined here today with my family. I have my brother, Mr. Carter.
Cut the.
We have Jace Easterwood.
What's going on, y'all?
And we got return from first time being on the Pacific Standard Time. It's just sunny outside. You got the shades on. We got LA John in the building. John, how you doing, man?
Go ahead and add that audience noise when you do the edits, man. You know what I'm saying? Wrap it up for the boy. Appreciate it, man. It's definitely good to be back. Let's get it.
Gentlemen, how are you guys doing this afternoon? What is it over there, John? Afternoon still, technically?
Yeah, it's 4:30. I keep forgetting it's 7:30 over there, but yeah, man.
You get out of work at 4:30?
Huh?
You get out of work at 4:30?
I get off work probably at 4. Today I got off at like 3 something. But, yeah, I got off at
Pretty
4.
solid. You literally have your whole day still.
Literally.
Slick. But I'm straight. You already know. Started work today, you know?
Yes, sir.
And got me feeling like when NBA start back up, it's gonna be 4 o'clock and the game's gonna be on. I'm gonna be out here watching as soon as I get off work. It's lit. Okay.
That's dope, actually. Jace, how you doing, man? First time been on here in the
Hey, man, I'm doing fine, man. I'm actually passing Campbell.
Oh yeah, we bet you are passing count.
You could tell.
Yeah.
Bro, it started as soon as I started talking, bro.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good now?
What's it called? I said I'm passing Campbell Elementary School where it all started, man.
And it went out again because you keep saying Campbell.
Yeah, Case Campbell.
Never mind, bro. Never mind.
Now we heard you though. We heard you good. You know, already know when Jay's getting the car, them hot takes fly. I'm sure he's gonna bring them today. Carter, man, how are you doing?
Tired, boss. But you know, Yeezy season's approaching. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, I know people be noticing that in the background. I put it to the side, but you know, he always still looking over my shoulder every time I'm on here. So.
What? He always looking over my shoulder. Jesus,
Right there. He right there over my shoulder. He right there. He always. I know people like, why do you got a Kanye poster behind him? And it's been a minute since I've actually been proud to have a Kanye poster. So let's see.
Show. All right. For me, I'm good. Painted a little Astro World back there. You can see you can see the cactus back there, the sunset on Astro World. I also have some stories that during my internship with Front Office Sports. Go check those out. NBA fan story. Summer baseball returns to the Summer Olympics. Also had a chance to interview Chad Ochocinco Johnson, Justin Fields, and Kyle Pitts. Go check those out and give a chance at Front Office Sports. And, you know, show your boy some love. Your boy been working this summer. That's why the podcast has been bi-weekly. But probably when the school year starts, we're going to get back to weekly. Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. All right. We have to talk about the big news, guys. We got to stop burying the lead. We're going to talk about the NBA Finals. We have a new NBA champions. The Milwaukee Bucks defeat the Phoenix Suns 4-2. Giannis Antetokounmpo is your Finals MVP. Coach Bud finally gets his ring. Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton gets their ring as well. And for the Suns, they lose. Chris Paul, first Finals appearance, ends in the L. Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, also young first postseason, they lose. We'll start with LA John on this one. John, what was talk to us, man. Your takeaways from the NBA Finals. Biggest takeaway.
Biggest takeaway, 50 for 50. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 50 points. After 50 years, it's been a long time coming. Sad to see Chris Paul not get the ring. You know, that's another big takeaway that people are going to converse about. But Giannis winning a ring. And also, it's like the first international superstar since, like, I want to say Dirk maybe, to actually, like, win a ring. So that's, like, as a superstar and lead a team. So that's pretty dope. And we haven't seen that in the last 20 years, actually. So it just really shows exposure to the international style of basketball that's happening. Like, and I think we're going to see that more with the Olympics. So Devin Booker can redeem himself. That's another takeaway. Go ahead and go to Tokyo. Do what you got to do. Bring that home for USA. And just worry about next year, because for the Suns, a lot of those young players to go out there and be this first playoff for them, go to the finals, something a lot of young people can't really do and handle with the pressure mentally. So shout out to the Suns. Shout out to the Bucks. It was a good finals, better than what we could have actually thought. So, you know, can't wait for next season.
Carter, do you agree? I know you was rooting for the Suns. You said Suns in 6. How are you feeling this afternoon, this evening?
It's a summer feeling, but I'm happy for Drew Holiday for sure. I'm also happy for Giannis. It's a good story. You know, he stuck with the team that drafted him. It shows that that can happen. You know, if you put people around him. He didn't have no superstars around him per se, but he did have two veterans that are proven and former All Stars. Middleton might have been All Star this year.
No, he wasn't. Not this
He
year.
wasn't. He was hurt, huh?
He missed some games. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was All Star last year though. You know what I'm saying? And Drew with Anthony Davis was very good in the playoffs. He didn't have that scoring ability this time around, but he clamped up Damian Lillard when the Pelicans swept the Blazers a couple years ago. So people don't. He can play defense. As far as the Suns, I think this was a tough blow for them. Excuse me. I'd be lying if I said they'd be back. It's just like my mom told me this, what my uncle told her, but it made sense. If the Lakers would have beat the Suns and the Bucks would have beat the Nets would have beat the Bucks, the Lakers and the Nets would have ended up playing based on what we just saw. And I kind of can agree with that wholeheartedly, probably. As far as the Suns though, Booker is stamped as a superstar, so that's good for him. But now he's gonna have to do it. Well, Cameron Payne proved himself to me, so I feel like Cameron Payne may be able to be a starter. But I think Chris Paul should leave. If he opts out, he should leave. If he opts in, obviously he's staying. But if he opts out, I think he should 100% go to a different team. I know it'll be his third team in 3 years or whatever, but a fourth team in 4 straight years. But so what? You're 36. Go ahead. This is your time to be a journeyman. Like Rondo has done in the back half of his career. But if he stays, they'll make the playoffs. I don't know about much more outside of that though. And no, as far as the Bucks, no 2 peats. Not even really fathomable right now for them to 2-peat. But I think they could come out the East again based on what they did.
All right. Foreshadowing. All right. I think my biggest takeaway is I think just the Bucks winning organically. When I say organically, having their main superstar there, have other stars there, and just adding a one Drew Holiday, traded for him, trading 3 first-round picks, and at the time we thought the Bucks were crazy to do this, but it showed in the postseason that in the finals as well that Drew Holiday, when they needed him most, that investment was well worth the return. Stealing the ball from Devin Booker, stealing the ball from Chris Paul, doing a step back 3, playing out of his mind, dropping 20 points a game. I believe 20 points in Game 5, critical Game 5 for them to take command of this series. So I think organically the Bucks prove something. I think that more superstars, like for example Damian Lillard, Zion Williamson, they actually look at the Bucks and be like, look what they can do when he has help. Why can't y'all should do the same for me, and we could do the same thing the Bucks just did. So I think the super teams. I know that the Nets are a super team, but I think like we're gonna see a decline in super teams this decade. I think we're gonna see more small market teams emerge, such as the Bucks, Milwaukee. I don't think Milwaukee's a small market, but it's not like huge like Chicago and New York and LA. But I think we're gonna see a lot of small market teams emerge during this period and compete for championships. We've seen the Hawks just do it this season, so I think the Hawks are just one of those teams that just you got to be on the lookout this decade. They're gonna be coming, so I think the Bucks are just a trend is gonna start. So I think the Bucks are like that. Jace, you here?
Yeah, man, I was great, man.
All right. Biggest takeaway NBA Finals.
Man. This was the finals that I didn't really care too much about because LeBron went in it. I still watched it. All respect has been given to Giannis Antetokounmpo. He earned the ring, he earned the championship. He did what Kobe told him to do, blah, and all that. But I want to get on the Suns, okay? The Suns, they had, I don't want to say they had an easy way there, but they had an easy way there. Every team they played was just about hurt, okay? So I feel like they shouldn't have came out the West if everybody was healthy. Of course, I feel like everybody knows that. But the thing I don't like, we got to stop blaming Chris Paul for these blown leads, okay? It's a team game. It's team basketball, okay? I was going to say it was Game 4. Was it Game 4 when Drew Holiday stole the ball from him? Was that Game 5?
It was 4.
It was 4?
Yeah.
That loss. You can kind of say that was on him because he kind of folded late game.
He shouldn't have
Other than
fouled.
that, yeah,
That's
he
all it
shouldn't foul.
was.
Yeah, but we can't keep blaming these blown leads on one player for a team. That's a whole team. Basketball is a team game. So all these Twitter people talking about, oh, CP3 ain't this, CP3 ain't that. That boy is still the point guard, and I don't care what anybody say. You can argue with your mama. I don't care.
Let them know. Let them
It
know.
wasn't anybody's fault. I think it was a team thing, but they both superstars, whatever you want. They both superstars. Both superstars on the Suns folded at different times in late game situations when they had timeouts. Still, it was just like they had a brain fart, or they tried to do too much.
Right.
When you get in triple team or double team like that in a late game situation, it's okay to take the timeout.
When D-Book scored 10 points, that's when I knew it was kind of over. That was ridiculous. They set him the whole fourth quarter.
I think this series I know the Suns played great this series, shooting the ball from the field goal and the 3-point percentage. I just think like the Bucks outworked them rebounding wise, hustle points, second chance points. I think Bucks, Pat Connaughton getting boards, Bobby Portis, Giannis getting boards. I think they just basically outworked them. I think their veteran experience showed over the Suns during this finals. And I think I won't say Coach Bud out coached Monty Williams this postseason, this final, excuse me. I think Monty Williams not trying to just keeping DeAndre Ayton on Giannis rather than try to build the wall like the Raptors did in 2018. Try to go a different philosophy. I think that hampered them. And I think that's the ultimately why Giannis was able to have 3 40-plus point games and end in the finals with a 50-point masterpiece.
Yeah, put too much confidence in little Ayton.
But Aiden was playing good before the finals. Like he was playing great.
He can't guard him. I just seen a tweet about it. Only one person really guarded him well the whole playoff.
Who?
Onyeka Ngaku. I'm sure I'm not saying it right. When he played on him in the Hawks series,
small sample size though.
But when he had him, he did what he had to do. I think after him, there was Capella. I think Capella played him well. John Collins, no. He was too small. Like, he was getting John Collins that spin move. Capella wouldn't go for the spin. That spin move he did last night.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That was a 2K, like, you getting beat by 20, then the dude do the spin on you like that, and you like, the game over. When he did the spin on him like that, in that sync, I was like, I don't think they're gonna win this game. That's why I was kind of like, it's over. And they kept it close, but
they earned it though. They won 4 in a row. Like, that was crazy. They won 4 in a row, down 2.
John, final takeaways before I ask what's next for the Suns.
I mean, honestly, it was very conditional how the Bucks won. I mean, there were superstars along their journey that did not play or were not at 100% capacity, like MVP level capacity, James Harden. However, that's not to discredit what the Bucks did. They did win 4 straight. Like, at the end of the day, winning 4 straight in the NBA is tough. Like, winning in the NBA period to win 4, that's pretty fire when it matters the most. So that shows you like they were ready for that moment, regardless if they were going to go or not. Like they were ready. So shout out to the Bucks. I don't think they're 2-peat like Derek said. Honestly, it's just too much talent. I agree with what you said about small markets though, and how players should stick with those markets and try to make something of it. I think that is what Milwaukee did. But again, like, the Nets do exist. I can't help but to wonder if they had a healthy James Harden, if Kyrie is playing, like, is this even the same story, you know? And I just don't think it is. So we'll see. I think Brooklyn will win next year. Like, just way too early to predict. But I don't see why not if everyone is healthy and they don't have any setbacks like they did this year. And, you know, it won't be the Suns again, and hopefully Chris Paul can find a good team. Hopefully the Lakers, because I think they'll go to the championship next year as well. I think it'll be Lakers Brooklyn. Like, that's what I'm going with.
Speaking of the Suns, Chris Paul, expiring contracts. They have Etuan Moore, Langston Galloway, Cameron Payne, Frank Kaminsky, Abel Nader, Torrey Craig, and Chris Paul has the $44 million player option. So first we'll start with Chris Paul. What should Chris Paul do? Should he opt in for the $44 million or try to make bank with another team?
I don't think he should turn. I don't think he's going to make nowhere near as much money as he's making this year. The $44 million will not happen anywhere else. I 100% would take the $44 million if it's about the money. If it's about winning, opt out and go to the Lakers or the Lakers. Yeah, the Lakers. I would say the Lakers. I was about to say like go back to the Clippers, but Lakers would be the best option for him. I think he go back to the Lakers. He's good. Plus, the Suns just beat the Clippers, so there's no reason to go there. So really, if I'm him, it's Lakers or stay. It's really that simple.
The Clippers could be a good option too. I also think. Well,
now the Clippers pay Patrick Beverly a lot, I think, and I think Reggie Jackson about to get paid. I just don't know who's gonna pay him.
I don't think Kawhi will touch the court this year at all.
You don't think he's gonna play at all? I get what you're saying though, but based on the time frame of the injury, he shouldn't be able to be back by October. Huh?
You don't even know if he's staying in LA, like, honestly, because he could opt into his contract or he could opt out.
I would opt out
and resign. He could opt out and resign with them, but he could opt out to see test the market and see like who wants to sign and what kind of money.
I think he needs to. I think he needs to get out the. But no, it's really best he stay in the West because he go to the East. He's dealing with the Nets and the Bucks again.
Yeah, but CP though, I mean, you got to win a ring.
Chris should just go to the Lakers or stay with the Suns. It's that simple. Like at this point in your career, bro, leave or stay. But that's the only option.
To win one. At least he been. You know what I'm saying? At least you win. You probably won't win, but at least you win.
Everybody don't get a ring though. But again, if you ring chasing, there's teams you can go play for and chase that ring.
But that's like game too.
He's not going on a veteran minimum though. He's going to get paid.
I know he's gonna get paid, but he's not gonna make
like
$44 million.
3-year, $100 million deal. He's gonna get something like that.
You sign him to a 3-year at this age?
3 years? I don't know.
Wow, is he 37?
Oh, you're too smart, bro.
You're gonna be 37. You're gonna get like a 2-year, $80 million deal. He's gonna have more than $40 million. Like he's gonna be more than that contract.
He's already.
You think somebody signed? You think somebody signed? I mean, maybe 2 year $80 million. I don't think the Lakers would do that, but they could.
Chris Paul though, like, bro, he influences so much while playing. Like he made DeAndre Ayton. But this is the perfect time for Carmelo and Chris Paul to do what they always wanted to do. That is definitely true. That's
Chris Paul and Carmelo both could go to the Lakers and make that happen for everybody, but they won't. It won't be what it was supposed to be.
They might be. I feel like those players can hoop. Like Melo.
No. That bench unit because Melo's not starting. So Melo off the bench with could Melo could start. Well, on the Lakers.
Melo could definitely start. Kuzma ain't starting.
Kuzma won't be there. But I think the lineup of Chris Paul, Caldwell Pope, LeBron, Melo, and Anthony Davis. But Anthony Davis don't like playing the 5. That's another thing.
I think they go for Dame before they go for Chris Paul, though.
I don't think y'all understand that Dame is not leaving.
We're foreshadowing.
He might leave, bro.
We're foreshadowing.
He might leave.
I don't think he's leaving. But I think Chris with the Lakers would be cool. Melo with the Lakers coming with him would be cool. But it's about Chris and the Suns. So back to the Suns. Cameron Payne would be my main person to resign right now. Cameron Payne played like
not this
more than a role player.
Not in the finals, but in the playoffs, I agree.
Yeah, more than a role player. In the finals, he was hurt, but he was consistent. He was hitting buckets last night. He didn't give up. Even when they was down, he was the one like, come on, bro, come on, let's go. He a good spark, and I'm glad he turned his career around when people thought he was done.
That's another reason why Chris Paul is so valuable, because without Chris Paul, I don't think Cameron Payne would be who he is.
Nah, Cameron Payne's a bucket.
He's a bucket, but he wouldn't have that much confidence like Chris Paul told him, bro, get a bucket.
I believe that. Chris Paul brought them the winning element, and when you're playing in a winning element, you have a lot of confidence. So I feel that.
I think that's why I think Chris Paul is going to make more than $40 million. This is the
That's
most.
Exactly.
He was just arguably people had him as winning the MVP. This Chris Paul has never had this much value when his contract was expiring since maybe leaving the Clippers, maybe, but he has never. People have had him. He has MVP votes, like first place MVP votes. I think his value is at an all-time high. Even at 37, we seen what LeBron's doing in year 18. We seen what Tom Brady doing in football. I know it's a different sport, but we seen that he take care of his body. He's committed to the work. I think this is the best value his money wise he will ever get. So I think he's going to cash in on that and get like a big contract. And we may be surprised by the numbers. We always are with the NBA, but I think it's going to be well deserved.
Yeah.
Suns do. I know you guys said the Suns won't return. I understand that, but players there are aging players. We see with the Clippers injuries, the Lakers injuries, the Nuggets injuries. You guys don't think the Suns after this first postseason run they won't make that return back
to the finals?
Yep.
No.
If Chris Paul not there, no.
Everybody gonna get better. Everybody's gonna be able to get better. That was already kind of better than them then. They just wasn't.
Yeah, I'm saying on paper, I'm saying, but health wise, we seen that some of these teams, older teams, can't stay healthy for the long run, the postseason run. Do you think next season will be the same story, or do you think with this long extended off season it'll be better?
I don't think nobody gonna have an injury. I don't think next season gonna be as injury filled.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's because they're gonna actually have an off season this year.
I mean,
yeah.
Still have.
I really underestimated that 70 off season for the Heat and the Lakers getting beat in the first round was not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Well, the Heat maybe. The Heat, yes, but swept is ridiculous. They were never supposed to get swept. That was like embarrassing. It was like how you go to the finals the year before and get swept the next year. That's not. So now, if the Suns come back the next year, they get swept first round. Then I guess we could say it happens.
I feel like the Bucks might go back.
I can see that too.
Just because
they're in their prime, they can 100% go back. That's what I said. The Suns can't, but the Bucks can.
Yeah, that's true.
Like with the Nets situation. I'm gonna be honest. I don't see all three of them being healthy by the end of the postseason. I just don't see it because they're injury prone. All three of them.
Not Harden. Harden
not really injury prone. This was just that hamstring just lingered.
Bro, he wasn't healthy.
Yeah, coming into the season, he wasn't like in shape. With the
that low key hurt him. Yeah. I think maybe
it did.
Like, bro, that hamstring ain't nothing to play with. He kept playing on.
But you remember he was heavy on. He was overweight, out of shape.
Yeah. And then Kyrie always hurt. KD probably still not full health already. So if they healthy, of course they're gonna go. But
I can't say that though. Even if they healthy, the Bucks look like the only team over there that could stop them.
If they healthy, they're not losing. That's just not gonna happen. Like when they all on the court, they clicking. Like they were clicking. Say that.
The way the Bucks defend.
Hey, but real talk,
the Bucks have talent to defend all three of them.
They all three unguardable.
The Bucks defense, yeah.
The only person that was unguardable with the Suns is who? Devin Booker. And he honestly, they clamped him up in one game.
How he unguardable? One game he was held to 10 points because they know how to guard.
No. He put himself in that 10-point situation. He was just missing.
It wasn't like it was uncontested shot. All uncontested shots.
Out that game.
Yeah, but like, bro, you gonna have an off game. Next game, he came back and had like 30, right?
You don't think one of them three could have an off game?
That's why you have two more unguardable people.
I'm saying, bro. But the Nets are capable. The Nets are the only team capable over there of stopping them in the East. To me, the Heat maybe depending on what they add.
No,
if they add Kawhi with Jimmy, that'll be amazing to see.
For them Hawks,
I don't think the Hawks can guard the Nets. I think the Hawks can. Well, depends on DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish development. I think the Hawks can play good defense, but I don't know about guarding all three of them.
Right way, they developed the right way, boy.
But the Hawks are the Hawks made the final. But see, that's what I'm about to say. The Suns overachieved this year because of Chris Paul.
Definitely.
That's what I'm saying. They're not in their prime. Whereas the Bucks, every year they've been climbing.
It was championship or bust for the Bucks.
Right.
Coach Bud.
They came in with that mindset of championship or bust, and Bogdanovich chose Atlanta over them. I wonder if you regret that.
Yeah, you don't spend 3 first rounders on Drew Holiday if you don't think it's a
championship or bust. That's what I said.
Yeah,
3 first rounders in your second all-team defense of Eric Bledsoe. Yeah, so they was on to something and they achieved it.
John, final thoughts before we go to the Bucks real quick.
Nah,
I'll just make it show. And lastly, for the Bucks, the NBA champions, expiring contracts are PJ Tucker. They also went out and got him. Thanasis Antetokounmpo, Jeff Teague. And that's really noteworthy. I think Thanasis comes back per Giannis' request. What about PJ Tucker?
You see these power rankings?
I did.
How a team that won the finals gets the second place nod?
They think even
over the team they just beat. It don't matter. They still should not be below them.
Bro, we already know we're booked.
And then you see the 3 and 4. Now everybody on the bandwagon.
They got the Jazz on there.
Get out of here.
Wait, is the
The
Hawks?
Jazz.
Yeah, the Hawks is 4. Okay,
They're out of
number
pocket.
3.
They're out of pocket.
You got the Jazz.
Wait,
I
that's the
think the
whole
Hawks-
league power ranking?
I think the Hawks won't lose. The
Yeah,
Hawks won't
that's
lose for 20
Bleacher
The
Report's
Hawks got a
power.
chance to go 62-20 next year, bro.
Nah,
Yes.
everybody's getting better, especially the West.
The Hawks can go 62-20 next year.
They forgetting about the Nuggets, like, bro, Jamal Murray was only hurt. Like, he's coming back.
I think they got to trade for Bradley Beal.
Bradley. They got to trade MPJ.
Okay.
The Wizards
What you mean, okay?
You wouldn't trade PJ for Bradley Beal?
What?
MPJ for Bradley. It's not going to just be MPJ.
No, but in a bunch of picks.
Nah, Jamal Murray have to be included.
They can have 3 max players.
I wouldn't trade MPJ, bro. I keep him.
The Wizards are rebuilding. The Wizards are
What three
done.
max players?
Joker, Murray, and Bill.
They're nah.
If they trade Russ for Kyle Kuzma and whoever on
Yeah.
the sign and trade, they talking about
Yeah, if
doing.
they do that, then I agree. But
That's what they're gonna. The Wizards are
wouldn't-
done. They have to do that.
I
The
wouldn't do
Wizards
it.
have to do that.
I
That John
wouldn't.
Wall, Bradley Beal era is over, and them forcing it with Russ and a new coach. No, that is over. That is signed, sealed, delivered. Over. They need to blow it up.
They
All
lucky
over.
they even made the playoffs. They're lucky.
Reed Houchamara needs to be there. Like they put the best player on the poster outside the arena. Reed Houchamara needs to be on the poster because Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal need to be out of there.
Yeah.
The ship sailed. They should tank. Like they should do what the Rockets just did.
That'll be fine. Like
I would.
if Kuzma can finally figure out how to play basketball and MPJ be over there too. I mean,
You know what I'm saying they gonna get players. That's what I said. But
Kuz
I don't think that player is Jamal Murray. I don't think they'll trade Jamal Murray for him.
This Kuz last year. He got to show out, bro. Or
I thought they re-signed him. I thought he was on a 4-year.
I'm talking about for, like hooping. Like
Oh, I don't think he'll be there next season.
Yeah, I think he'll be.
he might move for significantly less.
They're trading him. He'll be involved in any trade for any point guard. If Chris Paul is at it, Kuzma has to go.
I hope Kuzma
Yeah.
blocked me on Twitter.
You say he boxed you on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. But he's the worst, bro. I don't care. Like, I don't care. He sucks.
Let's talk about the Bucks. What's next? PJ Tucker. Do you guys think they could replace his production next season, or do you think he'll resign and try to run it back?
What do you
They
mean?
better hope he resigns.
What you said, John?
What do you mean production?
He guarded Kevin Durant, so he's able to guard your other team's best forward, or even guard Chris Paul in the finals. And also, he's efficient on getting offensive
Devin Booker,
rebounds, corner threes, that kind of production.
Ooh.
Yeah. Shoes.
PJ Tucker.
Oh.
What you said, John?
It's got to be the shoes.
You think we'll get a shooter after this?
Now I'm saying, real talk, PJ is straight. I ain't gonna lie, but I feel like you can replace that as the Bucks. Like the Bucks can. Like if this was another team that didn't have what the caliber of Milwaukee, like then I would say it's a little tough. But I think they can replace. Like they signed him mid-season. You know, it ain't like he was with them the whole time. Dante DiVincenzo also was out and hurt, so he got a range shot to my boy. Like, put it away. And then, you know, he come back healthy. Bobby Portis elevates his game up. You make a boost him in the starting role. Like,
Chicago legend.
they could be all right.
I don't know. It's hard to find that 3-and-D player, though, bro. That good 3-and-D player.
That could make it hard for KD, too.
Yeah.
Like, the way we talking, it seems like we're predicting Bucks, Nets, Eastern Conference Finals. So you're going to have to need somebody that KD stopper.
I don't see
Is
how
Bucks Hawks repeat.
Is Jay Crowder still on contract?
Next run into the Bucks early.
Yes, he is. We with the Suns, Jason.
that's not gonna happen.
I know that, but I'm just saying I didn't know if he like
Why
contract.
it won't?
coming up.
No, it's not up.
They finish 1 and 2, it won't happen. I got them finishing 1 and 2 already.
They won't.
Who?
It never works that way. It never works like that.
I think it's gonna happen.
Who you
I
talking about?
think the Sixers can have just as good of a record again.
Nah.
Oh, brother.
Nah.
In the regular season.
Yes.
Not regular season. He ain't gonna win.
No, our regular season, yeah.
I got them going like maybe 3. Real talk.
No,
Who the Hawks?
who?
And
The Sixers? Miami at 4.
And Atlanta at 5. That's all I'm gonna give y'all right now. That's the inside.
Atlanta is a trending top 4 team.
I feel like Atlanta might be top 3.
They were actually tied. They were 5th this year.
The Knicks are gonna be the one to fall. The Knicks might fall to like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
The Knicks might not, to be honest.
What?
They might not make the offs for real.
Oh, yeah. I can agree with that.
I mean, I can see it.
They losing so many players this offseason. It's going to only they have
I
2
feel
max.
ass. Who's on contract?
They lost. They losing Rose. Everybody played meaningful playoff minutes except for Randall and a couple other players.
And Beard.
Yeah, Rose is leaving. Nerlens Noel. Taj Gibson was playing meaningful minutes. I think it's gonna be a whole different team for them next year.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
They're fried.
All right. Any more NBA finals before we get into something else?
Let's go.
All right, guys, coming into this postseason, we were getting a lot of mixed reviews for our top 5 players under 25. Now that the postseason is finally over, I want to hear you guys' new top 5 players on the 25 list. With Trae Young performing, John Morant performing, Donovan Mitchell performing, Devin Booker performing. What is your new top 5 under 25 postseason?
It should all be all the same for all of us. We all know what it is. But anyway, 1 Luka, 2 Devin, 3 Trae, 4 we're going Zion, and 5 give me Ja, man. Just like that.
Wow. No Tatum, okay.
Nah, no Tatum. But I like Tatum though.
All right. I'm gonna hurt some feelings here, huh?
Let's get to it.
Let me see. Hold on. Okay. 5. I got Donovan Mitchell.
All right.
4. I got
Do you need to see your original list?
I'm missing somebody.
I think it's about original. They all in the playoffs, probably.
Oh, duh. I'm back. Let me go back. 5, I got Ja Morant. 4, I got Donovan Mitchell. 3, I have Devin Booker. 2, I have Trae Young, and 1, I have Luka Doncic.
All right.
And 1 and 2 are 100% reversible in my book.
What?
100% reversible.
Wait, who was 1 and 2 again?
Bro, Trae and Luka. He said
They are.
I see you cut.
Technically, Trae has carried his team further than Dallas. But
Dallas is the worst team, yes.
It's a different monster. So I don't know.
And in the West is harder. So I said I give him the 1, but sometimes, arguably, that can change to me. Devin Booker, this is his first time in the All-Star 2. He did make it to the finals, but again, he had that other superstar presence. And then number 4 for me was Donovan Mitchell, consistent every year. And my 5, as a 1-year pro, after your rookie season, you come in and carry a team that's not that great, but not that great to the playoffs, and knock the Warriors off while doing it. Knock off Steph Curry while doing it. That matters. And that's no knock to my number 6 or number 7, Jason Tatum.
It's a knock.
I put Tatum at 6, and then my list goes. Then it goes.
Yeah, we got you.
9, Jaylen Brown, and so on. Oh, Mikal Bridges should be in y'all top 15 now. Haters.
Is up there.
Everybody know who he is now. I said that.
Zion did not make your top 5 cut.
I mean, when you start hearing stuff through the Twitter sphere about wanting to leave, your opinions tend to change a little bit.
All right. Luka is a 2-time first team All NBA, so he gotta stay number 1 for sure. Jace, you have your top 5 players on the 25 postseason?
Yeah.
All right.
I go 5. I got Tatum. 4.
Think long and hard about
4, I got Ja Morant.
Oh.
Okay. 4, I got Ja. 3, I got Book.
When would a disrespect to Mr. Mitchell stop?
2.
2.
Do I want to be biased?
Be objective, please. Don't be biased.
Do I want to be biased? Because, bro, he's just such a dominant presence in the paint. How can you not?
Going Zion.
Not top
I don't care if he ain't go to the offs. His team suck. The front office suck. They in the West.
They don't suck that
In
bad.
the West.
The coaching did suck though.
Give it to him then.
I'm gonna go Zion 2 and Luka 1.
So
no Trae or Donovan Mitchell.
No Trae.
No
Donovan Mitchell.
Trey has 6. Donovan, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I don't believe in the Jazz. I'm sorry.
How you put Tatum over him when Tatum was on a way better team than Trey?
Tatum's a better bucket.
I agree with that notion, bro. I think Donovan got a lot of help from that defense.
Like, bro, Donovan's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player, but bro,
great defense. But who does the scoring? Because nobody else can't consistently.
Except for Clarkson.
Other players are doing both or contributing more.
Who doing both?
Zion is doing
like
both.
Donovan out here scoring 50 a game.
Who does Zion guard?
Bro, Zion? What are you talking about? He's a
Zion.
Who does he guard? Like he clamp up. Like who does he one-on-one guarding? He's a good help defender.
I mean, I like Donovan, but he's not. He don't have to do these other players have to do. Like I don't know. Take him.
I'm not being biased. My list was 100% unbiased.
But they're not number one without Rudy, or without Joe Ingles, or without Bogdanovic, or without Mike Conley.
Yeah.
Or without Clarkson.
Mike Conley didn't play. Bogdanovic is a role player. Ingles is a role player.
They're scoring this. They can give you 20.
They don't though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
They don't.
They'll do it one game and then the next game is 8 or 6.
They led the league.
So Donovan out here scoring 40 a game.
They didn't come from all Donovan. They led the league in most shooting threes last season. It didn't all come from Donovan. Like they were scoring the ball.
They shoot the box a lot. But look at
I will say this.
Go look at the box score, Jace. Go look at the box score.
He's scoring 40 a game, good.
I will say without Mitchell, the Jazz did lose game 1 to the Grizzlies. I think his presence is vastly needed for the Jazz to be
without Mitchell, they're nothing.
Bro, without any superstar, their best player, nobody can say that. Anything.
You take Zion out the Pelicans,
without Devin Booker, the Suns ain't nothing.
You take Zion out the Pelicans, who they still got?
Huh?
You take Zion out the Pelicans, who do he still have?
Who, Brandon Ingram?
Yes.
They're still gonna lose.
That's not necessarily true.
It is though.
It's not.
Bro, if
y'all don't watch the Pelicans, y'all telling me right now y'all don't watch the Pelicans.
Bro, B.I. is not carrying the Pelicans.
So you're telling me that B.I. is gonna just play without Zion? They're gonna win every game?
No, but they win games without Zion. It's been proven.
Bro, everybody was tanking and stuff this year. I can't even validate that, honestly.
Everybody.
So Zion's the problem, huh? Just because he said he went out.
I didn't say he's the problem. I just said he's not top 5. Under 25. What has he accomplished? What has he done?
What you mean? Bro, what?
You know Jason don't care about postseason. He care about
I don't, bro. I'm sorry. That's a team accolade.
Even regular season
accolade.
He can't.
It's a team accolade. Team accolade. The team goes to the playoffs, not one person. The team.
Somebody gotta lead him there.
Somebody.
I'm be on stack.
I'll beat him to the playoffs, bro.
Why
on a worse team? On a worse team.
Longer, right?
On a worse team.
Why he not leading the team?
On a worse team, he led him to the playoffs.
B.I. is on the team, right? Why is he not leading them?
Because it's not his team.
What you mean it's not his team? He's the oldest, right?
That don't matter.
He supposed to be the leader. You said somebody need to lead. Why B.I. can't lead?
Age no matter if you.
Jaylen Brown older than Jason Tatum. That's Jason Tatum's team.
B.I. still young though, bro. B.I. super young.
Like
Luka 20.
That's what I'm trying to get in their head. Like,
Porzingis older don't mean it's Porzingis team.
No, we're not gonna talk about Porzingis. Porzingis doesn't even count.
But you said
somebody that's actually good.
Yeah, it's crazy how Porzingis like really just his
Chris Paul older than Booker, but it's still Booker's team. Yeah. We just spent 10 minutes talking about Chris Paul's going to leave the Suns. Come on.
That's what
Bro, without Chris Paul, they are nothing. There's no DeAndre Ayton, no Cameron Payne, no Jake, none of them.
I think they would have made a play-in tournament without Chris Paul.
That's play-in tournament finals.
They would have made a playoff. I think they'll go again if Chris Paul don't return.
I agree.
Now, now they will. But
no.
last year, like you said, y'all said without Chris Paul this year they would have made the playoffs.
I said at least they would have made a play-in without Chris Paul.
After they would have been playing against the Grizzlies.
They did the same thing they did last year.
But that team, the Suns are pop. Like they have chemistry. They're young. They had
who created the chemistry, John? Who helped create that?
Jay Crowder and Chris Paul.
No, you need a floor general to create that type of chemistry. He brought out the best in all of them. Yeah, and now they'll probably be better. They'll be better moving forward. I think that's what he did with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as well, and Schroeder.
But Monty was also there. They finished 8 straight wins before this last season, without Chris Paul. So they had momentum anyway. That's why he went there, because he saw that.
Does bubble momentum really pass over to the next season?
Yeah, it did for Jamal. It did for Donovan.
Did it for the Heat.
It did for Milwaukee. It did for
Did
Tatum.
it for the Heat.
Right. But you didn't make the odds, right? So it's like, I don't know. I'm not trying to compare it to football, but like you win your last 2 games and you 0-14.
that's Mitchell.
I'm building something to build on.
That's what Mitchell Trubisky did with the Bears. Went 3 straight and was like, oh, we might have to pick up his 5th-year option. He's playing kind of good.
Why didn't do that?
And just drafted Justin Fields.
But I think that proved that Monty was a good coach more than it proved that they were going to be good without Chris Paul. They knew they needed more.
Monty coaching was just questionable in the finals, like that. Them last couple.
I don't think it was questionable. I think
it
was
questionable.
I do think they missed Sarek for the backup center for Aiden when he tore his ACL because he has a body, but without him, had to put in Kaminsky.
I mean, they should have did the wall. Like the wall is what stopped Giannis in the.
I don't think they had the personnel to build.
Everybody can't play that.
Yeah, I don't with the Raptors. They had Siakam, Kawhi, but they also had good perimeter guards for Larry and they had OG Anunoby and Norman Powell. With the Suns, who Crowder, Aiden, and Bridges gonna try to build the wall. No disrespect, but I'm being like honest. Like size, built, playing your defensive ability. I don't think they had the personnel to create the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Random.
You got it too easily.
What you said, John?
The Heat. This is random, but the Heat gonna get somebody in free agency. I'm just saying.
Who do you think? Is it gonna be a splash or is it gonna be like a?
They could mess around and get Russ on some wild. The Heat, like.
Oh yeah, a lot of teams can get him because he's leaving because that team's done.
And if they do, they could be nasty. But yeah, I just wanted to add that last.
What does nasty mean? Just for the viewers, is that a conference finals appearance? What is that?
It's definitely a game 6 in a semi-conference.
Okay.
And it's definitely showing people, they might make the conference finals, if not the finals.
Okay, I like it. Just making sure. And lastly, my top 5 players on the 25 postseason. Number 5, I have Donovan Mitchell. Number 4, I have Jason Tatum. Number 3, I have Trae Young. Number 2, I have Devin Booker. And number 1, I have Luka Doncic.
That's the politically correct answer, I guess.
Oh, it ain't.
What, you didn't like Tatum being up high there? Cut.
Who was 3?
3 was Trae Young.
But who was 4 and 5 would be switched
Tatum.
at the least.
I just think
he does more with less.
I do think I was weighing going back and forth with those two, dating back with Tatum when he had a loaded roster, made it to the conference finals, but Tatum, with being a number 1 seed, they didn't make it to the conference finals. I do weigh that, but I know it's West East. But at the end of the day, I do think Tatum. We seen Tatum. I believe he did.
Tatum just on the wrong team.
Nah, Tatum just
on a team like the Lakers. He would be his talent would be shining.
He had a great game against the Nets when he got others involved, so that's why I took into account as well. I haven't seen Mitchell. I seen him do it in a regular season.
You're right. I'll give you that. Tatum is better at getting others involved. That matters.
So yeah, I think that's why I gave Tatum the edge over Mitchell. Zion, you gotta show up the postseason, baby. You gotta show up postseason, baby. And hopefully next
team accolade.
Hey. Ain't hard to make the postseason, bro. Ain't that hard?
You said what?
Ain't that hard to make the postseason
in the West?
It's not that hard.
Not that hard. Oh.
All right.
Not that hard for good teams. Not that hard for good players.
All right. Good players, but not a team. No.
Every coach that was in the finals or in the playoffs for the West had like 3 years with that team, or 2 years at least. I think maybe
McMillan had half a season.
Who?
Nate McMillan had half a season.
McMillan.
I said
Tom Thibodeau had 1 year.
He said in the West. He did say in the West.
Oh, you said in the West?
Yeah, like those were season coaches.
Jazz, Lakers, Nuggets.
Only team that wasn't like the Suns.
Yeah, the Suns.
2 years, and the Grizzlies coach was his 2 years as well.
Yeah.
Frank Vogel was 2 years.
Taylor Jenkins has been there for a minute.
Frank Vogel was 2 years.
He got there when Bron got there?
Yes.
Not the year after Bron got there.
Year after
It was Luke Walton. Then it was
Frank.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Another star that's in the news, Damian Lillard. Reports are saying he may be leaving Portland. He is denying them, of course, but
not leaving.
The rumor mill is going to rumor mill. So we got to talk about it. If Damian Lillard were to request a trade from the Portland Trailblazers, where would you like to see him? Carter, you can kick it off.
Where would I like to see him? Lakers. Duh.
You said Lake. Wrong.
I love to see him with the Lakers, but
not where you like. Where do you think he'll land?
Lakers, duh. No, I'm playing. I don't think the Lakers got enough to get him right now because of after trading for Anthony Davis. But I do think that Golden State option is there 100%. I don't know exactly what kind of team that will be, but I mean, it'll be fun to watch, I guess. I also did hear about the Pelicans entertaining him and trading Brandon Ingram potentially. I don't know if that would save them, but that's good. That's good to know. Miami would be fun to watch as well. And that was what I named 14.
Yeah, but do you think he'll stay? If you didn't have to name it, if you think he'll just stay?
Oh, I think he 100% stay. I don't think he'll. I don't think he want to leave. And I think Billups only came here to coach with him, so he's not leaving.
John,
I think the media creates the story, and the story is gonna be Dame leaves after Giannis wins a ring. Oh, he can't. There's gonna be all these headlines about that, and I feel like that influences the player's decision to leave. So I think he's gonna play this year in Portland. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he'll leave, but if somehow he does, obviously you got to go somewhere where you feel like it's championship or bust. So there's only a few teams that you can go to. And to me, honestly, it's really only one, and that's Miami, because everywhere else, already has an established point guard, or I don't know how they would make it work with a 2-guard system like that, unless Golden State is real life an option. But if it's not Golden State, Miami, Jimmy Butler just needs one good point guard and like one great point guard. I'm gonna say good, one great point guard, and I think he can actually do some noise because he still is a top 10 player. So that's an attractive destination. And you have a seasoned coach, Bam Adebayo, some other defensive pieces, speed, youthfulness. Why not? You could be a leader. Like that's gonna be a fine place to go. So hopefully he go there. I want to see something shake it up. Like Dame needs to leave, but I don't see it happening. He'll probably play for Portland again.
You think Jimmy Butler's still a top 10 player?
Yes. I think he had COVID this year, and that influences the players' ability to play. Like all of the players who got COVID. Some of them didn't get it, and they played well. They were blessed. But I think Jimmy really went through it, and that shows. Like he lost a lot of weight, and then he gained it back. And having a longer offseason, I think he can still show that he's a two-way player. Obviously he's aged, but I think he's still a top 10 player. And this is the season to prove that. If not, he falls out maybe.
All right. Jace, where do you think Jace, your service looking bad, so I'm gonna go before. Oh, you good? You back? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. I do agree with y'all. I think Dame will stay with Portland. I think for this season for sure. Next season, I do think he may decide like, you guys didn't build a roster with me. New head coach. I still have the same roster, getting bounced in the first round after I'm putting up these epic performances. I do think he's gonna run from the grind, man. I think Dame is the way Dame's talking though. It's like he doesn't want to leave. I don't think he may not request trade. I'm not sure because he seems like such a loyal dude, going to like stay there and just build something in Portland. But you have to come to realization that he might not be like ring chase. He just wants to be loyal, stay with one franchise, keep his family there, things like that. So, my opinion, I think he should request a trade next season, see how it goes with Billups this season. But for Dame, we don't know what Dame. It's like similar to Kawhi. We don't know what these players are gonna do. But I think if he wants to have a basketball legacy and things like that about the media and everything, I think he definitely should be traded.
I think it'll definitely matter, like how many games they win in the first 20. If it's not the ideal record, like to me, you got to start off on fire. You got to be top 3 seeds. Like you got to be top 3.
Yeah.
And if you're not, if you're 4, that's fine. But if you're like 9-18 or something, like 9-16, I think he requests a trade. I don't think he finishes the season. It could be that situation too. I hope it's that, but hopefully it's the inverse where they're actually winning games and are that top 3 seed. But if it's not, I could see a mid-season trade happening for Dame.
Jace.
All right. So my unbiased pick will be the Lakers. My biased pick will be the Lakers. Reason being is because he can fill that Kyrie type role, like how it was in Cleveland, with Kyrie, Bron, and Kevin Love. Just Kevin Love and AD this time, which makes a lot more sense. I feel like that will make a lot of rings, but I don't think he would leave just because Dame being Dame. I think he would be there, stay there for that 1 year, and then maybe request a trade the next year. But if he requests a trade, I honestly think he has to come to the Lakers if they can get him. I don't know if that's even possible. But if they can get him,
I just don't think they'll trade him in conference. I just think he'll have to go.
Yeah. But I just feel like anywhere he goes, other than, let me think, Lakers. Lakers.
What you think about? What you think about what if Philly try to go get him, trade Ben for and Tobias for Dame or something?
That'll actually work. I don't think that will win a ring though. I honestly don't think that will.
But Embiid would be the best player Dame has ever played with in his career.
Yeah. I would just have to see. I don't know. It depends on how it goes. It could work, honestly. It definitely could work. But I just feel like that pick, like that 76ers one or the Lakers, those two could work, but he can't be the best player on the team.
Yeah.
Statistically, a point guard can't be the best player on the team going to win the finals. And that's just a proven fact. Other than Curry. But Curry, we don't, that's kind of
the first time.
I think well, I can speak for myself. I don't think Dame is better than Embiid, all around basketball player though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the 76ers pick will work, but any other team,
gotcha.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
All right.
Not too many people better than Dame. So
that's true. On and off the court. And he got the
and he go to the East and dominate. The West is difficult. If he go to the East, I think he'd win a lot more games.
For sure. And I think he win more playoff series. But it's this Dame, man. We don't know. He's right now. He's remained committed. He hasn't talked to nobody. We have to wait and see. It's all going wait and see. Dame is going to be in Tokyo. I don't know if he's there or not. With Team USA basketball, had a little hiccups in these exhibition games against Nigeria and Australia. Replaced some players, Bradley Beal and Kevin Love, with Keldon Johnson and JaVale McGee. They recruits. Oh Lord, I don't even know what I'm about to say. Backup is coming in with Chris Middleton, Devin Booker, and Drew Holiday. So Team USA is gold, right? They're gonna win gold, right? There's no upset in the making. We got to keep our eye out for, right? If there is an Olympics, of course.
I mean, unless Luka got something to say about it, but that's the only one I can think about. That's about it. I know, but Luka on you. It's a miracle.
Australia got a great core. Matthew Dellavedova. Ben Simmons isn't playing. Patty Mills, Matisse Thybulle. Canada has RJ Barrett. There's a lot of good international talent around the NBA. I mean, around the world, excuse me. So we're all good. USA for gold, right?
Yeah, you said it, man. It's a lot of NBA talent spread out internationally, especially on display in these Tokyo Olympics. So, I mean, it's the NBA. To me, this is an audition for the NBA. I think, general manager should be looking at this and saying, okay, I'm gonna have to bring you for a tryout in Miami. I have to bring you for a tryout in LA or something. But it should be gold. Obviously, you got 3 finals players who are actually contributing to their teams coming to help. So, it's reinforcement for the troops, and they should come home alive, without a problem.
Carter, I assume you agree. It's a waste of time.
What, these go to bus?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not entertaining nothing about Team USA. They don't want to go, then whatever. And they're looking real bronzes, but they won that last exhibition, so maybe they trending up towards silver right now.
The backup coming with Middleton, Booker, and Holiday.
They need them, especially Middleton and Holiday to play defense.
Especially Middleton. Middleton gonna show out.
The people they brought in though, Keldon Johnson and JaVale McGee.
I don't know about JaVale. Keldon makes sense because Greg Popovich is coaching, and you got Keldon Johnson with the Spurs. So it's I feel like it's tampering in some way, but he got him there to play for the team.
And Keldon Johnson was with what Anthony Edwards was a part of. They brought in other players scrimmage against them. He was on the scrimmage.
Yeah, so Keldon Johnson's he's on the
select team to play and help them.
You know what I'm saying? He on the Spurs team.
Yeah, he starts power forward.
Yeah, that's just him bringing his guy along.
And I think I like the
And
JaVale.
Keldon not a bad player. Like, don't like NBA, you know what I'm saying? He's still in the NBA. It's just the Spurs, not all that. So we don't really see much. But JaVale, though, bro, I was like,
That one makes sense though. They
I
needed
feel like there's a bunch of no's. I feel like a bunch of people said no, and then they asked him.
Nah, I think this one makes sense. They need a rim protector. They was getting killed
But,
on the boards, not having a threat in the paint. JaVale provides that.
So out of all the centers in the NBA, none of them from America, right? So Joker, he not a rim protector though. But Joker, I know he not from here. Gobert not from here. Embiid not from here.
It kind of does make
Capella
sense.
not from here.
It does make sense. They need a rim protector. There don't gotta be
Boogie.
no flashy name, no worthy. Boogie's not a rim protector.
Where's Zubac from?
I'm not bringing Boogie to my Tokyo Olympics.
Where Mitchell Robinson? Drummond.
Nobody want.
Mitchell had injuries this year.
Drummond?
Nobody want Drummond, bro.
No, I wouldn't want Drummond either.
Over JaVale. All right, next topic.
We got a 3-time NBA champion. You talking about Andre Drummond? Come on.
JaVale pretty straight, bro. He's gonna get PT, but he's solid.
You gonna get PT when they need a rim protector. I'm telling you, them other countries got some tall athletes. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Any more NBA or basketball news before we move on?
Hey, look, the draft is coming up. I'm not quite sure what the prospects are like, but it is up soon. So let's be on the lookout for that. That might influence players' decision on where they might want to go, or some players might just be on the move with these picks that are upcoming. So I'm excited for it, as always, every year. We'll see how these teams get better.
Yes, sir. Warriors have 2 lottery picks. Carter, say your hot take, like you said last podcast for the viewers.
What'd you say?
So your hot take about Jalen Green.
Oh, best player in the draft, easily, hands down. Rockets, they won't be back in the playoffs, but they'll definitely be winning more games. You couldn't ask for a better person to replace James Harden at shooting guard. Couldn't ask for a better one.
Heard it here from Cut Carter. All right.
K not gonna be no bust though. I'm not saying K the bust. I just think Jalen Green the best player in the draft.
All right. Well, no, we're not gonna do that. But we'll do NFL tomorrow. I mean, next podcast. We'll do it next podcast. Unless y'all want to talk about it. Just one news.
What is it?
Cam Akers being out. We'll talk about that later.
I mean, good luck to you, my boy.
All right. What shows have you guys been watching? I've been consuming so many shows and movies. I want to just come on here to talk to you guys first.
Yes, I got my top three, no debating too.
Is it the Disney Plus Marvel's MCU series?
Yep, I won't hear them in order.
Are we doing it right now?
We can.
Did you guys watch Low Key, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and WandaVision, Jason John?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Who gonna kick it off? Top 3, no debating.
Top three. John, go. Like in
out.
order, rank them. What was one is the best, 2 is the second best, 3 is the worst.
I mean, all right, it's biased.
Okay.
But it's biased. And here's why. WandaVision 1, Loki 2, and then I'm going to go Falcon and Winter Soldier 3. All right, Loki is obviously 2 because it ain't done. There's another season coming up. WandaVision is done. And I consider it a masterpiece for what it was. And so it's 1. I haven't seen the rest of Loki. But the first season is straight. And I like what they were doing. I love bringing my boy Jonathan Majors in there. But I haven't seen the rest of the show. So I can't just put it at number 1 without knowing how it ends. I'm that type of personality type. Gotta see the end. So shout out to WandaVision. It's still my favorite show. And I thought that was immaculately created. And Falcon and Winter Soldier, I mean, it's 3 because, I just felt like it could have been better, personally. I felt like they could have done more action in each of the episodes. The storytelling, it was too much talking. It was kind of slow. I thought they could have did more action, and they waited too long to bring that in. So,
Ooh, I felt okay. I resonated with that one, John. Jace, you ready?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yep.
All right. So I got Loki 1, WandaVision 2, Captain America and Winter Soldier 3. Reason being is because with Loki, like, even though it's not done, it's setting up a lot of things to happen in the MCU. And that's why I like it so much. Like, it's setting up the what ifs and all that. I don't know if y'all know about that, but the what if thing, like, what if blah, 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 blah. So that's why I think it's number 1. but also WandaVision number 2 for me because it's also setting up a whole lot of things for the MCU as well. So I think it's setting up the next Avengers. I want to say I forgot what it was, but it's setting up a lot of things.
Falcon and Winter Soldier piece. We didn't hear that part. Why you had that 3 from the top?
Just because it was just slow, bro. I ain't grasped to it as much as everybody else did. I know some folks will say it's the best one that they like, but some people like storytelling. I don't like it. I like when I watch Marvel and all that. I want to see something crazy happen, man. I don't hear all that.
So, all right, my top 3. Number 3, WandaVision. Number 2, Falcon and Winter Soldier. And number 1, low-key. I'll start WandaVision. It's well documented on this podcast, my feelings about WandaVision. How I felt like it was rushed. It was only 9 episodes. I felt it should have been more. But I did enjoy it. The little sitcoms different every episode. I just thought the ending could have been better. It left me very underwhelmed. So WandaVision is 3. I put Falcon Winter Soldier 2, but it's not like a wide mark. It's like an inch above it. It's just I had no expectations for Falcon and Winter Soldier. I just came in there just watching and enjoying the series, and I just, it was cool. It wasn't for WandaVision. I had high expectations for. For Falcon and Winter Soldier, I was like, oh, let's just see what this is about. And it was whelmed, man. It was just cool. I enjoyed it. Falcon showing some New Orleans roots, stuff like that. Bucky, it's always fun to see him on the screen. Bringing Zemo back was cool. So I enjoyed Falcon Winter Soldier. Low-key, maybe one of the greatest shows I ever watched. In only 6 episodes, I enjoyed Tom Hiddleston's performance as Loki. It was plot, it had not drama, it had mystery. Like I wanted to see what was going on. Then the big reveal at the end with Jonathan Majors playing Kang the Conqueror. It was just like I was watching like what's gonna happen next. I wanted more, and it was just genuinely fun. Had good actors in there. I'm sure Cuz gonna elaborate on that when he has Loki as number 1 as well. So Loki is definitely number 1. Looking forward to season 2 of Loki, and definitely looking forward to seeing Jonathan Majors back in the MCU in future projects.
Number 3, I have WandaVision. Number 2, I have Captain America. Falcon and Winter Soldier. And then number 1, I have Loki. WandaVision for me, I was super excited for it, like Bruce said, but when I watched it, and I really just sat there and just looked back at it, I was like, what did I really gain? And I didn't feel like I gained much. The fighting, the action scenes were terrible. There's just a lot of cinematography. Like it looked fine. Like that part of it, like the effects and stuff looked great. But it was taking too long to connect. And it was taking too long for what's shorty name? The black girl.
Forgot her name.
Forgot her name.
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, Monica Rambeau. It was taking long for Monica Rambeau to finally get going in there. I feel like the Asian dude that she was working with, he played a couple of shows I used to watch. He didn't have much, like it just wasn't. It felt like I was watching a sitcom, but it was like I wanted more out of it. Falcon and Winter Soldier. I did like the Louisiana roots. I ain't gonna lie, that kind of sold me, but it was like as they got more into it and traveling and actually what they were fighting against and how that connected back to Spider-Man and them coming back from the blip and all that. I like that because it was like people from the blip that came back from the blip didn't have no place to be. They didn't have no sense of belonging. So it all made sense. And I also like the fact that they brought in the anti-hero with the Captain America. And, it wasn't a real Captain America, but he was in there and he had a black sidekick, kind of like Captain America had Falcon. So I like that connection. I liked how it set up for some stuff going forward with the lady that came and gave once he got fired, gave him the job or whatever. She'll be in contact with him. And then number 1, Loki. I honestly took me like 4 or 5 times to watch Loki the first time. Like the first episode, I could never finish it. I kept going to sleep on it. I was super bored. And then literally when I got past the first episode, I was like, oh, I was hooked. Like number 2 is good, 3 is good, 4 is good. Then 5 is good. Then the finale, boom. I'm like, okay. I liked everything about it. I feel like they made one of the most confusing topics, which being the timeline and a different story. They made it like understandable and it made it clear within 6 episodes, which is crazy. And then obviously the big reveal was big. That just set up for a lot of more stuff. And I think they thought this one out because they knew the world was in need of a new black face in that superhero world. And Falcon kinda has been it, but we needed somebody else. And I don't know, Kang might not be a superhero per se, but I'm saying like we needed somebody else to
That boy definitely a villain.
No, I mean, no, I get it, but it's like you need somebody to see he's a villain, but did he feel like a villain when he finally explained everything?
He's kind of a villain. He's not really though. He's like he has a purpose in the world.
That wasn't that wasn't because there's like multiple Kangs. That wasn't like the most evil Kang though.
He has evil versions than he got, but he made sense to me.
But everybody got the version.
And his power is really cool. He really didn't have to die if he didn't want to die. That's another thing too.
Yeah. Like everybody that's what it's like trying to tell folks, like everybody has an evil version of themselves.
Right. And the thing is, like, I told Bruce this, when you're watching the show, you got to remember that Loki's evil. So why would you be, Loki took on the persona kind of a hero in that moment, but when you look back on it, he's not a hero.
Exactly.
Or he could be.
No, but he's not. Like, he's literally the god of mischief. Like he can't be, he
can't go outside of that either. Because he's dead.
But he is dead.
Yeah. So he can't really go outside of that. So I don't know how to. That's the other thing why I love Loki. I don't know how they're gonna tie him back into the MCU if he comes back. I don't know.
Are you talking about he did because of what Thanos did?
Yeah.
But didn't everything that Thanos did, everybody got bought back?
Loki didn't get bought back.
No, but Thanos killed like Loki. Like, literally killed him.
When he was killed,
he didn't snap him.
Yeah, when he didn't get snapped, he got choked him out.
Yeah, choked him out. Yeah.
But I don't know how that works because technically the gods can't die.
Yeah, I don't understand that either because
Odin died in Ragnarok though. They died.
You're right.
The villain in Loki is probably my favorite. I mean, we don't know if Kang is actually a villain, so to say, but I get what y'all going. And just hearing y'all talk about it, I'm still not gonna change my order because I like how WandaVision was presented to me, but I do recognize some of the weakness in the show, including the villain, including like the hype and then the letdown of just everything that was supposed to be like a real MCU show.
Yeah.
But Loki, the villain is tough. Like I don't know. You're right. It makes you think, and then it's a love story into it. It's like really
in love with himself. That's the crazy part.
It's really complex. It's like it makes you think. And that show did give you some thinking points. So
I'm in love with the female version of me, who's literally me.
It's gonna be my number one eventually. It's just I want to.
But and then back to it. Agatha wasn't a bad villain. I don't think she was the problem. They didn't build on her enough. She should have been more fired than what she was.
I think I don't know if it's by design or not, but I do think like the Disney Plus MCU series, they're not making the villains have like they're not great villains like how we're accustomed to see them on the big screen. I don't know that it's like they're just because it's Disney Plus or they're like it's not on the movies, but I think like these villains aren't. I want to rank them in like my top 5 villains of the MCU, like I did with Thanos or Zemo or Ultron or things like that. I think they're like they lowered the scale on their villains for the series on Disney Plus. But I thoroughly enjoy seeing Kang though. So looking forward to that.
Kang, bro, when he was explaining himself, like he was explaining like who he was, like what he does. I forgot I was watching I forgot I was watching the Marvel TV show. Like he was just going on for so long, and it was just so interesting. Like his acting is crazy. Like he's sitting there fiddling with stuff, like just like just all over. Like it was crazy.
You're right, Jace. He was so comfortable in that role, like hopping on the table, like really bringing energy to that role. And a lot of people would not be comfortable enough to actually act like that, in front of an audience that really hadn't seen you maybe after coming from Lovecraft. So that's a crazy transition. I thought you did
that. Boy came on
crazy.
That boy came on and said, "Not what you thought, huh?"
Yeah, not what you thought, huh? What, black man?
I gotta go rewatch Loki for sure. It's tough.
But
it was really funny. I was laughing.
Other shows I've been watching. Somebody told me I need to start Manifest. I'm probably gonna get on that. I got a shout.
Manifest is fine. Manifest is fine.
Huh? Yeah, Manifest.
Netflix. Manifest is fine.
I watched that.
I literally watched that. I watched like a minimum of 2 episodes of Manifest a day. when I get off.
I gotta shout out Young Justice on HBO Max. I've been watching that in the month of June, early July. Young Justice based on the young heroes from the DC universe, Nightwing, Connor Kent, McGann. I got shout out Young Justice. That's a great series. Looking forward to season 4 this fall. And I gotta talk about Escape Room 2 coming out. Highly anticipated movie for me. Very excited. Jace knows this. I was disappointed though. I felt like it could have been better. I felt rushed. I think they could have did more rooms. I think some of the voice acting wasn't well. I think they had to go over and try to do voiceovers. And I noticed they're watching the movie. And I see what very disappointed. I think they're gonna come out with a third one, but I don't think I will go to pay money to go see the third one. But so I'm disappointed in Escape Room 2. Hurt my heart to say that.
Yeah, I haven't watched Space Jam yet, but I'm gonna make it a duty to watch it because I feel like every day I get closer to it getting spoiled. Manifest is up there for me. I also like Hi, I'm Dave. I'm Little Dicky. I like watching that show. Another show I'm also looking at starting is called Heist, which is on Netflix, and Sex/Life on Netflix. But the doozies is a lot of my shows about to come back on too, so I got some catching up to do. Like, what's the one coming?
It said Ozark's coming back.
Yeah, Ozark about to come back. I never watched Outer Banks, but that's coming back.
Money Heist coming back soon as well.
Money Heist come back in September.
Beautiful.
You coming back? When you come back? I thought they said it, but they don't say it on here no more. On My Block coming back too. Yeah, and then like Grownish is on their 4th season. I think it's the last season. It's their senior year. I haven't tapped in on that in a minute either. But yeah. Oh, Succession coming back too off HBO Max. Also a good show.
What about you, John?
Yeah, HBO shows that had a long run in like Insecure and newly ran Euphoria. Those are great shows to watch in the upcoming season. Dave is also a really good show. I gotta say, if you watch Dave, just drop your boundaries of what you think and just open your mind up because you're gonna at first be like, what is this? Like it's gonna look weird, but if you think about it, it's a rapper who's like, he's not, we know Lil Dicky is not the best rapper in the world. Like we know that in the real world. But for him to actually like create a show about that and his whole process, like that's pretty creative and it's funny. And he has star-studded cast along the way. So it makes it worth the watch to see, some of the favorite people in pop culture. And it's funny. Like it's pretty dope. And it also has a deeper message. There are several articles posted, one on the Variety talking about like just the fact that he's raising awareness about his white privilege and like what he's trying to expose because of that. So I think it's dope. I don't really watch Ozark, but I heard it's good.
You never watch Ozark?
Nah, I've seen like the first season, but I ain't finished. So.
No, Ozark is like elite TV. Also, I don't mean to cut you off. That new Power is pretty good, by the way. I want to shout that out.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for bringing that up. That show was fun. I'm enough on that one. It's a lot of good shows. Space Jam 2 was good though. Like at first, I ain't like the first 5 minutes because here's why. Like Derek, I had a conversation with Derek, but it's like Space Jam to me was the GOAT. Like that was a fire movie. And so I was really expecting kind of step by step for Space Jam 2 to be like that, but it's not gonna be the same. This is a movie released 20 plus years later. So they had to change it up for what they saw fit is modern times. So it was good. It had a message, and it's LeBron James. Like he actually made a movie. A lot of NBA players don't got a movie like that. It hit 33 million over the weekend. They were like 7 mil higher than what they projected. So it did well. It outsold another movie from Warner Brothers, I think, this year. It
outsold. It outdid Black Widow in the box
office. Yeah, definitely Black Widow. So yeah, so it's pretty tough.
All right. Is there any more news before we go to music? I got a music topic today, Carter. I know you saw it.
What?
I got a music topic today. I know you saw it. All right. Jace, are you here, bud?
Yeah.
All right. I got a music topic. I was just thinking, I was on a plane on the way back from Phoenix. So
you was on a plane with Dwayne?
I was on a plane with Dwayne. I was just thinking, like, can rappers like improve? Like, I know it's like kind of broad, but like, I know as you get more life experience, you can talk about more subject matter. But do you think like the ability to rap, you just improve, or is it like a God-given gift that you're able to rhyme words, or are you able to like work and practice rapping to become better? I was just genuinely curious.
Being a rapper, you can 100% improve and get better. But it also comes with like actually like doing it over and over and over and over and over again, always recording, always, listening to the beat and being in the atmosphere to catch the right vibe in the right way. So I think that rapping, however, that's just like the skill. The subject matter is a separate thing. Is like you can be good as you want, but if you're not talking about nothing nobody care about, then you probably won't go that far.
Yeah, I agree with Derek. I also think it's the rap game, not just rapping. It's the rap game, and it's still a competition. And when you compete, you got to get better. I think like when you watch a basketball player, they're not doing the same moves every season. They're trying to add something to their bag, because if they're not, then players gonna figure that out. Other rappers gonna figure these dudes out and like just come with something more fire and know what the market wants. I think if you market yourself and you put yourself in different investments and avenues to be seen, and you grow a larger audience. And I think that's what really rapping is about. Like you want your audience to expand. You want to get as many streams and revenue as possible. Because I mean, if you think your art is fire, then it's not gonna matter what the world think it is. But if you're getting a lot of streams, then that's really what you want. I think for me, like as a rapper. So just really dipping and dabbing in different markets. We see Lil Baby doing like Kurt Franklin, Space Jam, like NBA. Like he's getting different markets, so he's getting more streams, and he's actually good too. So. I don't know. He got a different sound. He's kind of a different rapper. But for those who got that same type of sound and they can't really make every song sound good, then you got to dip and dab in different markets to, get your streams up, I think.
Before I ask my question, Jace, you agree, disagree? What you think?
I feel that looking at my favorite rapper right now, by the name of NBA Youngboy, right? 2016. If I go back and listen to the NBA Youngboy in 2016, of course I'm gonna like it because I liked it back then, but it's not gonna be the same quality as it is as he has now.
Before you go, is that a matter of subject matter, or is that a matter of just rapping ability?
It's a matter of both, honestly.
Okay.
He just improved, basically, like same with Lil Baby. And right now, in my opinion, Lil Baby has peaked. He's peaked at where he's gonna be. Because every time I hear a Baby feature or every time I hear a Baby song, I know what he's going to do. Like, I know he's going to, I know what he's going to do. But like how John said, he puts himself in those different avenues and lanes and all this and that. It's going to start to become it's going to start to become more than rapping. It's going to become like making yourself a brand. And that's what Baby's doing right now. He's making himself a brand. So, improving your rap game and improving yourself, your brand and stuff like that. That's why I feel like you can go up as like the rapping and all that. Like you're gonna peak regardless one day. You're gonna end up saying the same thing. So
all right, I got a question. Give me some rappers that weren't good but improved to be nice. I need some examples.
Aren't good but improved to be nice.
Yeah, because you're saying you can work, like you guys said, you can work on it and it's also a skill, but some rappers don't always start up as dope. So I'm like, we want some examples. Who you guys think that like the when it first came out, they weren't fire, but up to this point they're improving, like, oh, I can actually listen to him. He's talking
Red.
Oh, tell me more. Tell me why.
I just like Old Trippy more.
Old Trippy was kind of like, I liked songs. I could never like a whole project. But now I could like a whole project because he grew more as far as what he talked about in he expanded his beat selection. He just got better, like in terms of that, because he sounds the same. His voice is the same. His delivery is better, obviously, because your delivery gets better as you get older, as you grow, and then But I went from only listening to downloading 2-3 songs of the album to whole album I could download.
This is a rare example, not rare, but yeah, rare. But Kanye, I mean, like a lot of old Kanye wasn't like I'm listening to this whole project, like, you know, but we know Kanye has
Yeah,
this,
people call them classics. They're good, but they ain't all that to me.
but we know he got this drive to get better, and he did that.
Right.
Like now he created this buzz that whenever he drops something, everyone has to hear it. But it was not like that when he
Right.
first came
And
out.
I agree. I could say the same for Drake. I think Drake has gotten better over time. I think eventually, like Jay said, you do peak though, and you might have your album that everybody sticks to. But
Like J. Cole, maybe.
yes, 100%. He is the album you're just gonna stick to. But with this last album, he did kind of rectify the situation. It's just, again, sometimes as you grow, some people don't grow with you because they don't want to hear what you're growing into, which is okay.
Right. Yeah.
Trying to think of somebody else that kind of started off like bad, and I was like, oh, he sucks, and then I was like, never mind, he's not that bad.
Yeah.
I never said Trippie suck. I just didn't like him as much.
I know a lot of people said Cardi sucked, but not everybody like Cardi.
I can't relate. 'Cause
Everybody hated
we
Cardi.
in Atlanta though. I couldn't relate to that. I liked it. I liked him.
Think about Tyler the Creator. Do you think he's improved?
I was gonna think of him, but I never said he sucked. I just thought I was like, this man's crazy. That's
Yeah.
what I said.
Yeah.
I was like,
Your music
even
was
the cockroach. I said, what is this? Then they had the whole I feature Wolfgang killed them all and all that. I was like, all right. But then like I think that can be said for him, but I don't think he ever was bad. I think he was a weirdo, which is okay.
It's not a lot of people that we listen to that started off bad and now like.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, you bad, I'm not gonna ever listen to you again. That's what I'm trying to think of. But I get it, because like me personally with my own music, I don't listen to my old stuff because if I don't like it no more. And the artists feel the same way. If an artist tell you he like every song he ever made, he's lying.
Sure.
Like Lil Wayne don't even perform half of the stuff from a certain time because he was like, I got better. I didn't like it.
All
Let me
right.
see if I can find somebody. 42 Doug. I didn't like them that much at first.
But then he just come out like last year.
Yeah, but he got a good amount of music out, but I guess it's not a.
even out like 2017.
Oh, all right.
I'm trying to think. CC. XXX. I didn't like him at first. I didn't like that first song.
Mm,
It grew on me though as I got, but I didn't like it.
I feel like we
Look at
some universally not good. Like that we think that universally people did not think they were good, but they're good now. Cause like people thought X was fire. When you making that crazy music, people thought he was fire.
I don't clock.
I guess it's just a matter of like we think of somebody's fire if they're mainstream. I guess that has to play all in it. Because always that because when we always come out, you always have a section of fans that always gonna rock with you.
But 2 Chainz like that though. A lot of people didn't rock with 2 Chainz music when he first came out.
I think that's a great example.
I love 2 Chainz when he first came out.
I didn't like Cocaine Cowboys. What was it? Cocaine, that first one. But when he dropped that, I'm riding around. Whatever he dropped that, I'm riding around and getting it. And that True Religion tape. I was like,
True Religion, yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was like, all right, you got
Yeah,
me.
Rick Ross may be another example too.
Who?
Rick Ross.
Depends.
Jalen not gonna like that.
I mean,
What? I was rocking with Porter, man.
I felt like that about Moneybag Yo. I didn't like Moneybag Yo that much at first.
Yeah.
When I first heard him.
I don't think Moneybag is still. I don't think he's there yet though.
I feel like
Have you heard his last album though?
It is. I mean, it's straight.
That album, that's a fire album. Like,
Grew on me.
Huh?
Waukesha grew on me, but the rest of the, I mean, it's straight.
That's one of the first albums from him. I downloaded everything. I was like,
but he had good beats on the album too. That's what I was saying. Like that made
Can it be said for Lil Yachty? But I liked him when he first came out.
I like Yachty when he first came out.
Yeah, Lil Yachty different.
I feel like that question, like, kind of like, I don't know.
What about Lil Uzi? Did you like Lil Uzi when you first heard him?
Yeah, I like Uzi when he first.
What's the first song you heard from him though?
Super Saiyan. And Asian chick.
Probably Money Longer.
Yeah, when that dropped, he was fire already though. See what I'm saying? But when I first heard Love Is Rage, I only heard certain songs. But I think that's a trippy situation. I only like certain songs on them.
I heard Uzi before he came out with Love Is Rage. And I liked him.
Ask you a question, Jason. What you about to say?
Oh, I feel like that question is like flip. Because it's a lot of artists that, you know, they started out good.
Yeah, I agree.
Like my Chance the Rapper is like the literal, like he was good. I loved acid rap. I loved the 10 Days, I think is what it's called. All that. I loved it. But then he came out with no, Coloring Book was good too, actually. Coloring Book, and then I think it was whatever after Coloring Book, I did not like.
I don't think they suck. I do think they fall off though.
They fall off.
Everybody falls off when you get too comfortable.
Yeah, he got way too comfortable.
And his fall off had to do a lot with his social media presence too. His social media presence, like, it was easy for them to drag him because nobody's gonna ever put out a bunch of great projects back to back. Well, it happens, but it's hard to do.
I think it's just,
and it's hard to recover from when.
I think it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to recover when you do it so early. I think, like, we always bring up YG as an example. My Crazy Life was like one of the greatest albums.
It's like one of the greatest albums ever.
So trying to replicate that is always going to be hard since you did so good on your first studio.
I was disappointed I didn't hear more albums like that after from YG.
He still got good music. It's just hard to. It was the skits. Everything was so.
Yeah.
You can put his heart and soul in that, but I mean, at the end of the day, he's still rich, so I guess he.
Yeah, of course. That's why I credit Future so much, bro. Future, he's been in the game for so long. There's only one bad album that I can say. Well, not bad. It wasn't bad, but like it went. I'm not gonna go back and listen to that. That was Evil.
You said Evil?
Yeah. Yeah. That had that Weekend song on it.
Yeah, that's the song on there that's like really like go back and listen to.
So that's all I wanted. Cut. Get into music, brother.
Okay, new music. It's been a lot since we talked. I talked about Rah World, I feel like, and I talked about Snow Allegra, right? Or that's when it was first dropping.
Yeah, probably. Last thing I remember we talked about Tyler album though. We did talk about Tyler album.
Well, I'm gonna talk about what I've been listening to. We talked about Tyler album. We talked about Doja Cat album.
We didn't touch on that much.
Doja Cat album was really pretty good. I talked about Stone Cold Jizzle. I talked about Rob 49. I remember that. Talked about G Herbo album. I said it might be a no skip album. I came back to tell you it is a no skip album. Young Boy dropped Nevada. I think I said that.
You did. We didn't talk about Pop Smoke Posthumous.
Oh, so let me talk about Rah World then. Okay, Mariah the Scientist. Album is great. Met her in person. Beautiful. I couldn't even look at her.
You looking at the flow?
I just looked straight at the camera, bro. We took a picture. I was like, nah. He's like, thank you for coming. I said, thank you, nice meeting you. I just walked away. I did like Chris Tucker. What he say? I like that. I like how you didn't look back. I couldn't look back.
I feel it, bro. I wouldn't.
No, but I think this is what I told Jalen. She gonna always remember me because I didn't look at her, and she knows she like. I saw her when I walked up, and I saw her on stage. I was like first row. I'm like, this woman is beautiful. I cannot walk in here drooling all over her, like being a groupie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a groupie anyway. So when I meet you, I'm gonna treat you like a normal person. I didn't make no eye contact with her.
You talking about
Mariah the Scientist, and I think like I'm talking about. She gave me a hug. Her face is on my face on the picture, all that, and I'm like,
let me see.
They ain't sent me the picture yet. I've been waiting on the picture. Like, no more phones. No more phones. We gonna take them on the camera, and she gonna drop the link. I said bet.
That's
wait, gonna drop the link.
But
they never drop it. It's cool. I don't remember. And I feel like if she ever see me again, she gonna be like, I remember you from somewhere. I'm like, oh yeah. I took a picture of you.
Where did y'all see her at?
I went to a concert and one of my homegirls work in the industry and got us like VIP and stuff. So we got to meet her. And when I'm back there, like, I realized though, I gotta treat her normal because I'm walking up, bro. I see Tory Lanez. I see, you know what I'm saying? She dated a player for the Hawks. I can't be gassing her. I gotta be normal. Gotta treat her normal. Huh?
Who she date?
A Brandon Goodwin.
Oh, for real?
Allegedly, that's what they say.
Boy, that boy.
You know he our age. She a year younger than me, and he our age.
I said that because he can get some buckets.
Right. So I'm like, you know, picture whatever. But her album though, nonetheless, is good. But the funny thing about when I didn't look at her and one of her tracks, she was like, "I need your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me."
Did she say that to you?
No, that's in one of her albums. She told me, "Damn, he didn't even look at me." I said, "Tough." What they say, James Blackman don't cheat. No, I'm playing. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke.
What?
Anywho, Snow Allegra, Temporary Highs in Nevada Skies. Boy, Snow, amazing. She can sing me to sleep, bro. No cap. The voice is amazing. And I also want to talk about Young Blue album dropping this week. He dropped a single with
I'm excited for that Young Blue, bro. No cap. Good features.
I put people on. I be trying. Young Blue, Moon Boy. He dropped a single featuring Big Sean called Way More Close. Banger.
Yeah, actually, I listened to a little bit of him, but he make quality, bro.
Huh?
He make quality music. I like the way he be.
You ever listen to Love Scars? The 5 Stages of Emotion?
When I first seen him, like, I thought he was gonna like rap. I thought he was a rapper.
Nah, he looked like a rapper. Yeah, his voice. Yeah,
that
he looked like a rapper.
Click on him right now. That's why I ain't listening. But like, I ain't know he was a singer dude. So I listened to him. He
He
make like
what Jay say?
what?
What he
Said I
said?
ain't the singing dude.
Yeah, singing dude, bro. I ain't know.
You like Young Boy? That's why Young Boy be singing like that hood singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he dropped this Saturday. He dropped this Friday. I know it's gonna get a little overshadowed, but it's okay because Yeezy season's approaching, and that's usually what happens. Kanye West will be dropping his 10th studio album, Donda. Me and Bruiser will be at that release party tomorrow. Mercedes-Benz. But I have one more album to talk about. Faith by Pop Smoke, posthumous album, and his birthday was yesterday or the day before. So happy birthday to him. And in death. The album wasn't it for me, but
too many features.
It
was too many features.
It was too much.
I was skipping in the first 40 seconds. Like I skipped 3 songs within the first 40 seconds.
Bro, it was so bad to me, bro. I ain't like, cause like when I used to like watch Pop, listen to Pop all the time when he was alive, and like he said, he don't F with these ends. Like he don't mess with them. So, like, why would you put so many features? Like he messed with TJ. I want to say he messed with Rowdy and Bobby and all them. Like, the New York people.
And but they all the same set. They all yeah.
But putting Quavo and 21 and all
these
folks
Quavo were cool though.
Yeah, but like all the rest of them folks, like you don't even know if he cool and like you don't even know if he really wanted to make music with him for real.
Right.
And I ain't like that.
I'm not gonna lie. The only song I like the song towards the end. I like the song "Woo Baby" with Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I like the song with Dua Lipa. I know it's gonna be like a pop song, and that might pop, in that realm and like EDM and at festivals and stuff. It's a straight song. You just gotta be in that vibe. Spoiled featuring Pharrell Williams is a good beat. It's like basically Pharrell made a drill beat, and I like, I can get with that. And then the Back Door with Quavo and Kodak is a song I like. But I said I was gonna go back and listen to it, but I look back and I realized that most posthumous albums are good the first time. The first one's usually good because it was almost done.
Yep.
But the second one is always harder to get with. And it's not like, you know what I'm saying? You never know where their head was at because they're not here to say nothing. They can't say, nah, bro, don't use that. Nah, bro, I wasn't gonna use that. That's a skit. That's a rough draft.
Literally.
And like that's where it goes wrong. That's why I only like Mac Miller. The only reason, he only had one posthumous, right?
That one was great, by the way.
But Circles is good because he was finished with it. Yeah. It was already done.
Yeah.
And then Swimming dropped before, like he dropped Swimming before he died. So
2018 he dropped it. Yep.
So he wasn't in a position where like,
what you said, John?
I thought they was trying to release more Mac music. Well, I know Ty Dolla and Mac.
They had dropped Deluxe to Circles.
I did see that. I did see they said they were going to try to. They may release more Mac Miller music. My rule is I only listen to one posthumous album. I try to do it twice for X, but that second, I like a couple songs off that second one. I do, but it wasn't. You could tell it wasn't even near complete.
X is that was pretty like you can definitely tell that he had some more work to do with that.
I got a lot of songs downloaded on Bad Vibes Forever, but the crazy thing is I don't listen to none of them.
No, I love some songs off of there.
I listen to the only song I really will play is Bad Vibes Forever.
Yeah, only reason I got it is because he was on my favorite artist when he was like here, so that's why I gave it a chance. But after that, I was like, I can't do it.
I pray milk pop some more, bro. I pray to God.
And
they said Juice WRLD come out with another posthumous too. I said, whew.
They said he had a lot of songs in the vault though. They said he was done with a lot of songs.
Juice, I could see Juice making a lot of songs, and I can see him doing that, bro.
Yeah, Bad Vibes Forever is the only song I really, really like. Could play on there.
Like Hardy, Derek, stop playing.
Hardy is straight, but Bad Vibes Forever, I Changed Your Life is okay, and then the interlude that never ends is good too. Duh.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, because there wasn't a complete interlude.
It just repeats over and over, huh?
Yeah, just it wasn't finished. It repeated over and over.
I mean, but all his interludes are good. So I
Yeah,
get
that is true. That is true. Yeah. Was the top 3 the top 5? Oh, you still going? My bad.
we already did top 3, man. We're pretty.
All
good.
right, I got you. Is there any news breaking? Is that a podcast?
It's a podcast, man. You know, our
All
40
right.
podcast.
But when I give you guys your little shout outs, I just want a bold prediction that you have for this NFL season. It could be anything. Just one bold prediction for this NFL season. This will conclude episode 106 of the Pact Life Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're available to Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow us at Pact Life Pod and Pact Life Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am joined here today with my brother Cut Carter.
Saints return to the playoffs. Saints return to the NFC Championship. Cutthroat.
All right. Also with me, LA John in the building. LA John.
That's not really a bold prediction. Like that could happen. Something bolder. Like
Me? Something bolder for me?
Bears winning the NFC North. That's
Oh.
bold. And it will happen. Thanks for having me.
You want something bolder for me?
Oh, sure. Go ahead if you feel like you want to go bolder.
Alvin Kamara wins league MVP.
Oh, that's really bold. Last but not least, Slim Reaper himself, Jason Wood.
Hey, man. Y'all know what team I'm repping. So I'm going to go the boldest you can go. All right. Jameis Winston will be holding up that Lombardi trophy. All right.
Oh, wow.
And I said it. I said it right here.
Okay.
Sean Payton.
Boy, Jameis is not beating the quarterback out the AFC.
Oh, brother.
And I'm your host.
He don't have John Will. Oh, damn.
John left.
John left. And I'm your host, Bruiser Carter. Thank you for tuning in. Rock with us, episode 106.
What's your bold prediction?
Of course, I'm Goers. My bold prediction is that the Los Angeles Chargers will miss the postseason and finish third in their division.
That is a bold prediction.
This guy is bold. And the reason why? Because of one player, Jared Cook Jr. You have a great day. We are out of here.
What you say? They go because of Jared Cook, what?
Jared Cook Jr. That's why they ain't gonna make the postseason.
That boy's a choke artist, son.
Yes, sir. We out of here.
New Pact Life.